what it is, what it do. You already know who it is. Back with more Katawa Shoujo. Believe it or not, shocking, I know. But I'm telling you this, things are about to go down this episode if my memory serves. So I hope you're ready for something spicy, something fun. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this work for YouTube, of course. But again, this is still gonna be spicy and fun. So if you're excited for that, be sure to hit the like button and stay tuned, because it's about to go down for real. Perhaps at some point I would have stopped to think about the time, or how suspicious it was seem for a guy to enter the girl's dorm at this hour. Except right now, I'm just concerned with getting to Emmy and finding out what's wrong and how I can help her. I knock on the door and I'm greeted with a subdued, "Come in." Something is very wrong as I stare at the scene before me. Emmy's there, yes, but she's in a wheelchair, and her legs are missing. I glance around the room and see them sitting in the corner, looking like they've been thrown there. Emmy responds to my entrance with a lopsided grin, as both pleased to see me and completely, utterly heartbroken. "Hi, Hisao." It looks like she's been crying, but if she was, she stopped now. I noticed that I'm a little out of breath. I've been taking the stairs 2 at a time in order to get here. I love taking the stairs like that, especially since I have long legs. It's just better that way. My heart doesn't mind the strain, though. I file this happy fact away for later consideration. Like when I'm not staring somewhat dumbstruck at my girlfriend in a wheelchair. Realizing I still haven't responded to her greeting, my brain lurches into gear. Emmy, what happened? Guess I should have listened to you, Hisao. My leg's got a nasty infection. I'm not allowed to run it for at least a couple of weeks. She gives a bitter laugh that shouldn't be coming from her. I can't even walk on it. Could have used a crutch and kept one of my legs, but didn't see the point. Why hop? You can't run on one leg. At least this way I can still I don't know, roll fast or something. Yeah, that's good, right? No, you dumbass, is not good. My awkward attempt to look on the bright side seems appreciated, but not really effective. Emmy shrugs again. It's just kind of a nuisance. I mean, we can't even eat up on the roof now. No wheelchair access. Yeah, but that's not a big deal, right? I mean, we can still eat together, and that's the important thing. That lopsided grin again. It hurts to look at. I suppose so, yeah. But like I said, it's a nuisance. I mean, I haven't even used a wheelchair. I haven't really used a wheelchair in... She thinks for a minute. Maybe 7 years? Something like that, anyway. A long time. I'm afraid I'm a bit out of practice. Well, fortunately, it's only temporary, right? Emmy nods. Oh yeah, of course. It's not like I've lost them permanently. But it's a pain in the ass all the same. I nod sympathetically. There's not much else I can do, after all. What am I gonna say? I told you so? You could be, but you'd be a huge dick if you did. Although I did tell her to get that leg looked at. But by the time I noticed, it was too late anyway. Do you need help with anything? That is, can I help with anything? Emmy shakes her head, and there's a bit of her usual grin back. Nah, I can manage fine by myself. Although, if you want to help me over to my bed, it would save me the trouble of rolling over there myself. I blush, in spite of myself. Emmy giggles. You're such a prude, Hisao. I'm not a prude. I just wouldn't want to take advantage of a young lady such as yourself. It's ungentlemanly. I wheel Emmy's chair to her bed and easily scoop her up and deposit her there. She quickly sorts herself out and sits on the side. She's actually a little heavier than I thought. It would be rude of me to observe this aloud, of course. It's like she's all solid muscle. And that's what it is, she's just like a little package of muscle. Man, you're kinda heavy. Smack! Oof. Emmy hits me with a pillow. Ass. Just saying is all. Must be all that running. At the mention of running, Emmy's grin falters slightly. Huh, well, I guess I won't have to worry about that for a bit, huh? Maybe I'll lose some weight. That's what you do to lose weight. That's what you do to lose weight, right? Cease physical activity. I'm pretty sure that's what the nurse would recommend. Speaking of which, are you still gonna be showing up in the mornings? No, you idiot. Well, I mean, maybe she could show up to support you morally, you know, for moral support, but she's not gonna run with you. I'd hate to run alone. Ah, shit. Emmy's sudden interjection, a more disquieted mutter than anything too profane, caused me to look over in shock. She's leaning forward, trying to cover the fact she's crying by covering her eyes with a hand. Of course, the subdued sobbing makes it pretty obvious that she's crying. Hey, I'm sorry. I had to take my gigantic foot out of my mouth just now. Forget I said anything, okay? I place my hand gingerly on her and pull her close. I could think of nothing else to say or do. How do you comfort someone who just lost their legs again? Emmy wraps me in a hug and stays that way for a while. Sorry. I'm pretty bad at this whole comforting thing, I guess. Don't say that. I'm fine, really. Her voice is slightly muffled by my chest. I pat her head assuringly. She's like, I'm fine, really. That's the spirit, right? You'll get through this. You'll get through this fine. I know it. Besides, I'm here to help you. Remember? Again with the helping, Hisao. We get it. You want to be Mr. White Knight. You want to come in and save the day. But maybe you want to hang up the suit of armor at the door. Emmy lifts her head, stares at me with tear-stained eyes. Can you? Can you really? She's grinning lopsidedly, and something sparkles in her gaze. I can't tell if I'm being mocked or not. Of course, I mean, sure, you're a bit heavy, but... My witty comment is cut off by the sudden press of Emmy's lips to mine. I'm caught off guard, and I'm being rewarded by hitting my head on the wall behind the bed. Ow. Emmy pulls back, trying to look concerned rather than like she's about to laugh. Are you okay? Sorry. I rubbed my head ruefully and grinned back at her. Caught me off guard there. Is this going to become a habit? Am I going to be lectured by Shise and Misha more? At the mention of the duo, Emmy giggles. Honestly, those two. If I didn't know why, I'd be rather confused as to why she hangs around with someone so bossy. Which one are we talking about? You know exactly which one, Hisao. Misha's hardly bossy. So what's the reason then? Huh? The reason why Misha hangs around with Shizune. Emmy waves my question off with a smile. No idea. No, she's just blowing you off. If you want to know why Misha hangs out with Shizune so much, we're gonna have to play Shizune's route to find that out. I don't know when I'm gonna play Shizune's route. It's gonna be a while from now, I'm sure. But I'll come around to it eventually if life doesn't get in the way. But right now we're on Emmy's route, and we need to finish Emmy's route first. I see. Anyway, you seem to be forgetting the original question, don't you? Oh yeah, I guess I am. You wouldn't mind giving a guy a little warning, would you? Otherwise, I'm liable to wind up with a concussion. I emphasize the point by rubbing at the back of my head. Emmy giggles madly. You could wear a helmet. You'd be like one of those slow kids at the school here. Some kids here do, you know. Or I could just take revenge. I grab a pillow from behind me and whack Emmy over the head. Wah! Emmy topples off the bed and lands on the floor with a thump. Her arms promptly reappear on the bed, and she manages to pull herself up. It's like in a horror movie, like seeing like water or something, and arms arm just comes up, and like grabs over you, like no, please, no, ah! She really has a surprising amount of strength in that little body. I'm telling you, she's all muscle. She's like a mink, or like a weasel. Yeah, probably like a mink. Probably that's what I'd say. Her face is turned downwards and away from me, making me think I might have accidentally hurt her. Emmy? You okay? I hadn't hit her. A hand shoots up and grabs me by the collar. She pulls me with a sharp tug, her hand now barely an inch away from mine as she grins cheekily. Emmy? Pop! She gives me a sharp headbutt, our foreheads making quite a loud thud. I was like, for fuck's sake, bro! That fucking hurt, mate! Jeez! For fuck's sake, mate! You hit me so hard I'm speaking with a fucking different accent now! I sit back and rub my now sore head as Emmy smirks victoriously. How's that for revenge? No fair. You can't take revenge for revenge. Actually, Hisao, you can't take revenge for revenge. It happens all the time. We're still missing most of her legs. Emmy's surprisingly agile. I swipe at her, but she definitely rolls out of the way and lands a hit with her pillow. Of course, the odds are against her. I can stand up for starters. Oof. Oh, here it comes. Oh god, here it comes. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay. So when I said last episode that some steamy stuff was gonna happen, this is the steamy stuff I was referring to. So I think I'll do what I've seen someone else do before. I will put up a timestamp to where you can skip ahead if you want to skip the steamy stuff. But if you don't want to skip the steamy stuff, then you could just keep watching. And parental discretion is advised. You have been warned. Come what may, let us proceed. I guess I can, after all. Emmy seems to have effectively tripped me up, and is now sitting permanently astride me as I lay on my back. I'm not even sure how she managed it. I win! Her eyes twinkle mischievously. I have been thoroughly defeated, and by a girl that's a fraction of my size at that. Then again, being defeated doesn't seem so bad. Emmy being postured over my waist isn't something that I, or my body, can ignore easily. He's rising to the occasion. He's standing at full attention right now. I open my lips to speak, but Emmy's head darts downwards before I can get so much as a word out. I give no resistance as she presses her mouth to mine. Not that I want to. This is different, somehow. She pulls back, nips on my lower lip, and reinitiates the embrace. Her tongue darts inside my mouth, exploring. I feel a warmth spreading over my body as my heart begins to beat faster. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, baby! Oh! Ooh, I'm getting flashbacks right now. Ooh! Ooh! My mind starts to feel foggy, and I become vaguely aware that my hand is traveling up Emmy's blouse. Emmy gasps as I reach her breast, and there's a giggle, and then I stare up at a grinning Emmy. Told you. That makes my second win now. What? Doesn't count. Use feminine wiles. All's fair in love and war, right? Huh. And you're even blushing. I didn't know you were a blusher, Hisao. I'd say that's the pot calling the kettle black. Someone's looking a bit red herself. But... also... what can I say except you're welcome? If you want to take your screenshots, do it now. What can I say except you're welcome? You were blushing too, you know. Probably because of your prudish ways. Even I gotta admit that's a stupid thing to say to a woman who was currently straddling me, and has been until a few seconds ago, playing tonsil hockey with me. A prude, am I? It was like her tongue is just jabbing her through, like, keeps choking on her tongue. I'm like, oh god, I get flashbacks. Oh, ooh, baby, ooh. Anyway, well then, let's see who blushes first, shall we? I'm not sure whether that tone of her voice terrifies or arouses me, but the question is quickly made rather moot. Oh, oh god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh damn! That escalated so fast! Shit! Oh my god! Oh god! That escalated so fast! Oh my days, bro! Oh my days! Oh, jeez Louise! Oh wow! 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 Look at those! Wow! Look at those! Unfortunately, you won't be able to see them in all their glory because I'll have to censor this. But wow, they look really cute. They're like really perky. They sit up nice. Wow. Anyway, woo! In a motion of practiced ease, she peels her blouse off and tosses it carelessly aside. Her bronze skirt quickly follow it to the floor. Ha! I fight the urge to blush. This is a rather hard task. Also, Hisao's shirt is gone. I just realized his shirt's gone. Escalation, is it? My own shirt follows suit, albeit a somewhat difficult task thanks to my position. Emmy mock yawns. You'll have to try harder than that. My hand gently caresses Emmy's bare skin, causing her to shiver. It would seem that my hands are acting on their own, again. If our position had let me, I'd probably have finished her undressing for her. I start to say something about how Emmy's starting to blush, but the both of us are very rapidly reaching the edge of something very barely holding us back. Conversation grinds to a halt, and I feel my arms losing energy. Neither of us, however, is prepared for this sudden new sensation. An indescribable heat surges through me, coming from both myself and, it seems, Emmy as well. Oh Lord, Emmy has those. Emmy has those. Come here and put it in the eyes. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, God. Ooh, baby, this is getting hot. Ooh. Is it hot in here? Is it just me? Woo. With one hand on my chest to steady herself, and another holding mine to make sure that I can't have my way with her body again. She looks quite pleased with herself. And then after a moment's hesitation, she moves. And she moves again. And again. As she moves, Emmy's breath hitches. My breathing is starting to come faster, more raggedly as well. Emmy's body shivers and shudders against mine, and I feel her starting to lose her balance. It must be harder for her to keep steady because she's missing her legs. I steady her as best I can, cupping my hands around her backside. It's firm and taut. Nice. Makes sense, considering how much she runs. The potential power in those muscles makes them flex as she responds to my touch. What I fail to take into account is the fact that my attempt to steady Emmy kind of slides her forward, and well, it feels amazing. Her panties slide easily against my trousers, and it doesn't take long for us to figure out a rhythm. But Emmy refuses to keep to it, going now fast, now slow, now pausing for what feels like an eternity. I'm not sure what she's doing. I'm not sure whether she's doing this to toy with me, or if it's to make me feel better, but I'm well past caring. The heat between us is growing more intense, and I can't hold back a gasp. The noise only seems to drive Emmy along. I begin to punctuate her movements with some of my own, which causes her modest breaths to bounce in time with my movements. Her breath begins to come faster as we continue, my own breathing becoming equally quick. With her eyes closed, her lips pursed expectantly, I just managed to lift myself up for a few moments, our mouths seeking one another, her chest sliding against mine as our sweat mingles. Ooh, this is hot. As I flop back down, my trousers soaked with sweat. I would take them off if it didn't mean stopping what we were doing. And I don't want to stop what we're doing. Stop this growing pleasure, this tickling in the back of my brain. Emmy is sliding faster and faster, panting heavily, her voice seemingly unable to convey what she's feeling. Her body, on the other hand, is doing a fine job. Suddenly, she moves a little more erratically as my own breath hitches in my throat, ending in a final desperate thrust that sends me over the edge into a surging feeling that I didn't know existed. It's a whiteout. My mind blanks, fills with white noise, and I succumb to the feeling of climax. For a brief moment, everything else in the world falls away, except for this amazing feeling of Emmy and I together. And then it passes. The white noise clears, and I'm left staring into the eyes of the girl atop me. For a few moments, neither of us speak. The sound of our breathing fills the room, her chest heating from the experience. She eventually, reluctantly, shifts off to me and sits against the wall. I join her. Oh, there they are in sprite form. Yeah, it's I know how I feel about it, but I don't know how I feel about it. It's something. It's definitely something. That much I can say. You look good. You look good. You're cute. That's all I got to say. So, did I blush? I didn't notice. Did I? Emmy shrugs, still breathing a little heavily. Didn't notice either. Well, maybe we should. I need to use your window. Yo, what up, Rin? Come on in, baby. The water's fine. There's enough room on the bed for one more person. Rin just bursts in the room. I don't know how. She doesn't have hands. She can't just open the door. My first instinct is to hide, but I realize that I'm still utterly exhausted and sitting next to a topless Emmy, so there's no running anywhere. Emmy's like, now look at me. He's like, now look at Emmy. Now back to Hisao. Now look at Emmy. Now back to Hisao. What is this? They're both half naked. Interesting situation. Let us proceed. Emmy's eyes pass over to Emmy and me and focus on the window. There was a clown. A clown? Rin nods. I was watching it from my window, but didn't stay in my window. So I need to use your window. Emmy shifts a little, causing me to cough in order to cover up a giggle of my own. How long do you need the window for? We're, busy. This time I can't help but control my laughter. Rin ignores both Emmy and me and peers out the window. She's like, whatever, I don't give a shit about you two. I just need to look at the cloud. You could go back to fucking whatever, I don't care. I just need to go look at I just need to find the cloud. Her shoulders slump as she looks disappointed. You change into something else. Disappointing. Annie's having trouble keeping a straight face. I mean, she's half naked with Hisao right there. And Rin is just like, just chilling, like, nothing's wrong. When it's like, this is one of the most, easily one of the most awkward situations ever. The closest I've been, actually no, this is pretty similar to what happened to me numerous times. I remember my freshman year of college, living in a dorm with a guy I didn't like. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily didn't like him, we just didn't get along that well in the end. But I've been sexiled numerous times while he had his various women over to, you know, do what you do when you sexile someone. And there are times where I thought, okay, man, they have to be done by now. And then I opened the door to my room, because, well, it's my room and I live there. And then I see they're still fooling around in the bed, and I'm like, well, shit, I guess I gotta turn around and head back out. Man, fun times, fun times. Sorry to hear that, Rin. Can we have a little privacy now, please? Rin shrugs as if to say, can you? And hooks her foot around the door, pulling it closed behind her. We both dissolve into raucous laughter, unable to deal with Rin's bizarrely timed visit any other way. As our laughter dies down, I looked at Emmy. We're both a total mess. Well? Emmy raised an eyebrow. Well? Again? He's like, again? Please? I was like, that was fun one time, but let's say we make it fun 2 times. Or more than that. Emmy grins and laughs, and then she nods. We should probably ditch the clothes this time. Ooh. 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 That's hot. That's hot. Anyway, welcome back for those who skipped. You just missed, Emmy and Hisao having some bonding time. And Rin just magically popped in because she was looking for a cloud. And just had to barge in while Emmy and Hisao were having their bedroom fun. But other than that, you didn't miss a whole lot. In any case, we could continue with the story. The sunlight breaks through my window shortly before my alarm ruins the morning silence. I feel sore. Gee, I wonder why. The events of the previous evening suddenly intrude upon my consciousness, and I find myself blushing. That was an eventful evening, and it explains perfectly the soreness of my lower back. Oh, yeah, I'm sure your lower back is pretty sore, Hisao. Shit. The walk back, as I recall, had been rather tense. My trousers having been soiled. I had washed them off in the bathroom before getting to my room. There is still a fairly obvious looking stain in front of them. Oh, that's disgusting. That's just disgusting. Fortunately for me, the only person I ran into on my way back is Kenji, but he's so blind he probably wouldn't have noticed anyway. And he didn't notice a thing. Well, apart from my being in the general vicinity. Of course, he asked how my night went, and whether or not I learned anything of importance. I learned that Emmy is very good in bed. That's what I learned yesterday. I didn't know if I opened my mouth to answer. I was too tired to care. Also too freaking happy to care. And this morning, I admit I feel pretty worn out. But I have school today. Still, Emmy had promised to meet me at the track, and I'd hate to disappoint. Shit. Oh god, I think I know what's coming up here. Shit. No, this is too fast. This is too fast. No. Okay. I'm gonna end the episode right here. Shit. Oh god, this is gonna be something else. If you thought this episode was Stevie, just wait till next episode. In any case, leave a like if you enjoyed this episode. This episode was pretty lit, no? No, I didn't disappoint. And I'm not gonna disappoint next time either. But in any case, it's been real. It's been fun. It's your boy Jqilin. Ciao for now.